Hello out there again in the realms of the living. Welcome back to Thrones of Game, the only Game of Thrones podcast that's still going because we have fresh material because we are watching the series backwards. I am your host, BT Calloway. With me, as always, is Elliot Jay O'Neill, the only person to ever watch Game of Thrones backwards. If you've never seen the show, listened to the show before, I've seen this whole series start to finish. My good friend here, Elliot, has not. Now, we did have an unfortunate and unintentional hiatus, but we would tell you about why that was, but we do not have time. A fast podcast is a good podcast. Elliot, what did we just watch?
Oh, we just watched an episode of Game of Thrones.
Indeed we did. This was season 7, episode 7, The Dragon and the Wolf, going back to season 7 when we still had hope for this series.
Oh, wow, and this will be episode 7 of the podcast. That's fun.
Things lining up. Stars aligning, crazy shit. We don't have time to get into it. What just happened?
Wait, so this is called The Dragon and the Wolf?
Dragon and the Wolf.
I saw it. I saw three dragons.
DOS dragons.
No wolf.
Well, see, it's a metaphor. For the dragon is the Dan Brady, and the wolf is Jon Von Snovey.
Oh.
Yes.
I've got a new nickname for him, but we'll get to that later.
Oh, sick, because we've been unhappy with Jon Von Snovey. It's fun to say, but yeah. Okay, so we open up and we're getting a bit of a siege on King's Landing. We're having a bit of a meeting between various factions, and someone kicks over a bucket with a zombie in it.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot happens in this episode. I thought I would not be able to fill the note page books, but I did. A lot happens, but also not a lot.
Did you know what was in the box before?
Yeah.
Because, of course, I only watch this show backwards, so for me, this is like, medieval version of what's in the box.
I know. I was thinking it.
And I thought they were going to bring it as like a choice. You know, we can either have peace amongst our houses, or you can have what's in the box.
Ooh, I would have Game of Thrones, like Game Show of Thrones. I like it.
Yeah, and like the Queen's wingman is all, take the box.
Yeah, and then like, okay, now 10 of these guards have zombies inside their boxes, but one has treasure. It's like Deal or No Deal, except with zombies.
So speaking of zombies, the Super Shredder, is that the Mountain?
That is the Mountain, yeah.
Is he a White Walker too? Or
no,
different type of zombie?
Different type of zombie.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
All right.
White Walkers are closer to Romero zombies, and he is more of like almost like a voodoo zombie.
Okay.
For those of you out there who know the difference. All right. Well, I'd like to start this new episode by introducing a new segment.
Ooh.
I'm gonna need you to provide some theme music if you can, if you're inspired, and we might carry through, we might change it as we go. But
my music degree will have not been in vain.
Never. I mean, a lot of things could have happened in vain in this episode. My dragons would have died in vain. My children would have died in vain. But no, your music degree not in vain. As I introduce in this new segment. Hi, welcome to Thrones of Game. This is Cock Talk.
Zip. What's that? It's Cock Talk.
Yes. Look, I'm introducing this because not only in like season 8 they have this whole thing about, I don't think cocks are important. Actually, it has to be a man, so I do think cocks are important. Here we've got them sitting around just being all, what is it? It's Bronn talking to Jaime being like, I wouldn't be in an army if I didn't have a cock. She's like, what about gold? What do you think I spend gold on? Women and cock. And what about family? Not getting one of them without a cock.
Did Kevin Smith write this fucking episode?
Would have been. They would have been a lot more about what does the Mountain's cock look like if that was, or like the zombie comes out of the box and they're like, ooh, look at his cock.
Can they still fuck? Excuse me. The White Walkers, can they still fuck?
It's a fair question.
And I did like how they disproved the cock importance at the end. It was a good thing for Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah, because he gets kneed in the balls and is like, whatever, bitch.
Yeah, because getting hit in a body part doesn't hurt, apparently, unless there's a cock there.
Yeah, that's, you're only sensitive where there are genitals.
Oh, is that what? He had all genitals in his face that you can't see there.
Yeah, you still think getting kneed in the groinal region, even sans groin, would still hurt.
If anything, it'd hurt more because, you wouldn't have...
There's probably like a gnarly scar there or something.
They didn't have skin grafts back then. They couldn't accurately
that thing,
recover the area.
He's getting kneed in the tube. I don't want to think about that anymore. But yeah, those were my 2 mentions for Cock Talk.
Zip.
But yeah, Angry
That was
Box.
the zip going the other way up, signaling the end
It's
of
more
Cock Talk. Oh, right. Oh, of course. Oh.
Yeah, know your effects, man.
Zips are like slide whistles. Damn.
Yeah. But another thing I want to bring up quickly before we dive into things proper is how good this episode looked, because we have fucked off Foxtel.
Yay!
It's gone. We're back to Blu-ray, and God, it is crisp and beautiful.
Yeah, like I don't think this was filmed on film. Like I'm pretty sure the film industry as a whole long
It's all
abandoned
mostly
it.
digital.
Yeah, but they do still do a post-production grain on it, which I especially liked because, yeah, it really highlights how fucking compressed the Foxtel episodes were.
Yeah, and muddy and ugly and hell. But no, good riddance. It's gone. Fuck Foxtel. I've been trying to watch the last episode of Chernobyl. It wouldn't play. I was so pissed last night. You know, when you get to the end of a day, you've been looking forward to a show, you just want to relax and have your simple little cup of tea and you watch your horrible tragedy. No, I was denied. I was upset.
It was your own personal Chernobyl.
Anyway. So, what else? Okay, main plot points that happens in this one. Let me have a little browse through. If any quick thoughts up front before we dive in?
Oh, yeah. Just to echo those points, man, this was such a vivid episode, and its choice of coloring each scene was really quite beautiful in parts. And yeah, I don't know how much to blame Foxtel. Like before I was blaming the TV a lot, but yeah, I think Foxtel had a lot to do with it. Like, and I mean, you know, given The Long Night was a objectively terrible looking episode according to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But, you know, by contrast, yeah, this one had some really cool coloring. And even in that end scene with the dragon where it was mostly grays, there was contrast still.
Yeah, you could see what the fuck was going on. It had blue fire. It looked dope as fuck.
Yes.
It was so crisp and clear. You could see the cameo from the members of Mastodon.
Oh, man, that made me so excited. I rewound it just to make sure that was them.
That was sharp, too. I knew they were in the series somewhere, and I never actually saw them, and you picked it up first try, so nicely done, man.
Yeah. And I got to ask, what is blue fire anyway? Does that have, like, icy power behind it?
Honestly, I don't think we ever fully find out. The important thing is it has the, like, concussive force behind it, because it just knocks the shit out of that wall, and I kind of love how quickly that's over.
Yeah.
Like, the wall, we haven't been there much post, this episode, actually, because it doesn't matter anymore. It's been knocked over. But the whole time, it's been this, like, the first line of defense against the White Walkers, and they just rock up and, like, bam, knock, done.
Yeah. Because, yeah, it doesn't, like, look like it melts the snow either.
No.
And we didn't really get a clear explanation of that later on in the series. But, yeah, to me, I don't know. Did he even, like, possess him with White Walker powers? Or did he just give him a shitload of, like, Arctic Blast 5 gum? Like, because
that's what happens when you chew 5 gum. Wow, that's a, like, deep cut to, like, 10 years ago for a gum commercial.
Do they even have 5 gum anymore?
No, I don't think so. Well, and that's the impact that whole gum had on our lives. It's crazy. This is also a pretty important moment in this where we see a particular execution of a particular character.
Oh, so this is my first time meeting...
Littlefinger is his easiest name. He's also...
Littlefinger?
Yeah, I don't know why he's called that. I don't know if they ever explain it. They probably do in the books. But I like how I had to mime pushing my glasses up there, even though we're on a podcast, and it's just part of the bit. What's his actually? Lord B something.
Bailiff?
Baelish.
Yeah. See, the funny thing is, like, my first note on him was, who's the gossipy dick with the obvious dye job?
That's Lord Baelish.
Because I don't know if they show a lot of his betrayal or whatever leading up to this, but yeah, I knew from the second I saw him and being the only dye job in all of Game of Thrones that this dude is no good.
If you want to play a fun game, go play What Accent Is That this episode, because he swings a lot. It's unfortunate. It's, yeah.
Yeah, I don't... Kit Harington does too a bit, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, because, well, at least in Kit Harington, it feels like it's more of a fantasy voice and he's not quite basing off anything in particular.
Yeah.
Whereas Lord Baelish seems to be kind of Irish sometimes and kind of not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. blame the director for not yelling cut, do it again, remember the accent this time, god damn it.
Yeah, I mean, I had trouble hearing the accent in the first scene he was in because he just sounded like he was a gossipy bitch in that scene.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, hey, handsome girl, oh my god, do you know what I heard?
I like to play a game, it's called being fucking paranoid.
Yeah.
So, what's the most paranoid thing you can think of?
Yeah, we'll dish about it. It'll be great. Yeah. Although I will say, I like that scene. I like this whole. We'll see it a bit more in season 7. This whole Sansa Arya thing, where there's a bit of uncertainty, and I kind of wish they'd leaned a little bit more into it because it was intense when you get there and they, meet up, and you're like, oh, they're finally together. Oh well, no, they wouldn't do that. Wait, this is Game of Thrones. No, they wouldn't have sister turn on sister. Surely not.
Yeah.
And then, it's a little uncertainty. But here is the solution. They don't.
No.
Just a real good throat slit.
Yeah. Oh, that was some good violence. And this was like the first fucking violence in this episode, which I gotta say, I know there's a lot of character build-up that I'm missing right now in context and but holy fucking shit, this was like the worst parts of Phantom Menace for the most part of it.
There's a lot of diplomacy and a lot of chat, yeah.
This episode did not get good until the last 40 minutes.
Yeah, the whole beginning where they're like, we could kill each other, but here's a White Walker we've got in a box. Ha-ha.
It's still like the what's in the box scene.
Yeah, pretty much. Play what's in this box.
And I liked how, that Callous Face really does have an eye for distance. Yeah. Oh, the Hound? Oh, okay. These people have a lot cooler names sometimes than the names I give them.
No, I'm just making sure we enforce each nickname because it's been a while.
Oh, yeah,
people may have forgotten.
Yeah.
Although Callous Face, come on.
He looks more like a Callous Face than a Hound.
It's true.
But he has a real eye for distance. He dropped the box and he's like, yeah, that's roughly how far the chain will reach before it hits Seesaw in the face.
He's got some good spatial reasoning, yeah.
Yeah. Knew exactly, the timing of where, okay, now I better intervene. And
yes. He knew how to take it. I like to imagine, because you have to assume they had a little discussion, all right, now we're going to let him out, but they're going to be like, oh, that's just a guy in a costume, so you're going to have to, hack him up a bit before we kill him properly. Actually, John, you should kill him properly, because that'll be a big moment. Yeah, let's do that. I enjoy the brainstorming meeting they must have had to decide how to do this best.
Did they only have one White Walker? Did they capture more and just rehearse it a few times just to make sure they'd get it right?
Yeah, in this watch through, I keep thinking of what could be the funniest fuck-ups, Dan Brady lands with a dragon and then just fucks up the dismount and falls over. It's meant to do that.
Yep.
Yep.
And speaking of Dan Brady's braid watch,
braid watch.
Yeah, she had the braids coming out at the end. It's she totally ran out of time. She had to make this meeting, and that's why she was running late.
Because getting braided, she's like, nope, got it.
Yeah, fuck it. I really want my hair to be fully in braids, but I don't have time. Dragon, we got to go.
Because I'll be there, and I'll have these cool flowing locks, and Seesaw will be there, and she's got these short hair. It looks like a boy. Yeah, I'm gonna toast that bitch. I like it. The more we watch this, the more we turn Game of Thrones into a high school drama.
Yes,
it's a lot of fun.
It is not Game of Thrones. It's Mean of Girls.
Yes. All right, in that scene, there's a whole lot of staring as well. I kind of noticed that on this watch through. So we get Jaime staring at Brienne of Tarth. The Cleganes, the Mountain and the Hound, are staring at each other. Theon and Euron are staring at each other. A lot of stares in that scene. There's a lot of, I see you. Oh, I see you back.
And yeah, Euron staring down at Barney Rubble, what's his, Tyrion?
Yep.
Being just an absolute jerk.
Although I do love their back and forth of just, you're the littlest threat here. Oh, you explained the joke. That just ruins it. It's a good bit.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So we did kind of skip ahead, but let's just bounce around a little bit. Violence.
Oh, yeah. So back to my point about the last 40 minutes being the best part of it. So we get the slashing scene. We got a bit of fisticuffs we mentioned before.
With Theon trying to convince them to go save Yara, and there's a bit of, I'd like that scene. He's not the toughest guy, but he just keeps getting up, and that's good.
Yeah.
And he's all like, don't do it for me. I'm a traitorous coward bastard. Do it for Yara. She's cool. Yeah, good bit.
Yeah, I could do this all day. Oh, yeah, and in the scene where Baelish.
That's why we stick to Littlefinger. Okay, you have to think Lord, and then, because he's pretending to be Irish, like Bailey's.
All right.
Baelish.
Because I wonder, because he looks like he's doing like a Reed Richards. Is that Mr. Fantastic?
A little bit.
Yeah, but I don't want to give him that nickname because he is not.
No, he's not Mr. Fantastic.
He is not the stretchy man.
No. Well, the thing is, he's popped up in a few other bits and pieces. If you remember the beginning of Dark Knight Rises, he's the CIA officer who kidnaps Bane and is pretending to throw people out of a plane. And he's in a few other bits and pieces.
Oh, you almost had a rhyming thrupplet there.
Oh, he is in a movie you really liked, Sing Street. He's the dad.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, people check out Sing Street. It's a really good movie.
Really uplifting. If you want to feel good and listen to some 80s tracks.
Yeah, fucking A. But yeah, in that scene, I was wondering, because is this a common room for them to execute people in?
No, I don't know if we've had any executions here before. It's like the place you would definitely have a trial. You know, it's a big, grand area where everyone can watch the proceedings unfold.
Yeah.
But for straight-out execution, no, not so much.
Because I'd expect, that stonework to be like a lot more bloodstained, if not.
Yeah.
I mean, we're living in a pre-tarp era here.
Yeah, pre-bleach era. So
Yes.
someone's like, you couldn't have taken him outside. I mopped that floor. Okay, you're all like, oh, big dramatic scene. And I'm like, all right, shit. See, what you don't get is when I drag him outside, that leaves a trail as, just
Yeah.
fine. Fuck it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, from at least now on, as in, how do I get inside to the courtroom? No, just follow the trail of bloodstain.
I mean, shit, we should have thought this through. Yep. See, all the scenes that are just happening I've always wanted to do like a skit series just based off guards who are like, did we get conquered? Shit, who's in charge now? All right, whatever.
Yeah, will my superannuation carry over?
I mean, this is important. I got mouths to feed.
Yeah, that's who I'm loyal. The mouths.
Yeah, loyalty to the mouths.
And yeah, we already mentioned the wall violence with the dragon and shit.
So we'll move to one of our other questions. MVP, so a character moment or an actor moment or a scene that really kind of stole it for you.
Oh, fuck, because we get a pretty even distribution of a lot of characters here.
Yeah, there are a lot of pretty intense, like, one-on-one scenes that I quite liked. So I'll pitch first if you want.
Yeah.
I had a few for the... I did like, Sansa and Littlefinger, their little, what's the worst thing she could be after? There's a nice little back and forth, but probably not my winner. I do like Jaime and Cecil Lannister at the end where she's all like, no, I'm not going to do all that stuff I said I'm going to do.
She's not good at killing brothers. She fails to do it twice in this episode.
That's true. But that is probably going to be my MVP scene is going to be Barney Trouble, as I put him in this one, because he's stirring some shit.
Yeah.
And Cecil Lannister and their whole back and forth. That's some good dramatic heavy lifting on both the part of Lena Headey and, come on, Brain. Come on, you just watched him.
Dita Brummer.
Nope. He's just going to be Barney Rubble.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. Damn it. There it is.
Yeah, I think
it's because I assume Dinklage is like in the series, the last name. Sir Peter of Dinklage.
Yeah, it sounds way more Game of Thronesy than
a little bit
Hobbitish,
actually.
Hobbitish.
Yes.
Hibbity Hobbitish.
Welcome to the Shire of Dinklage.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, because especially that scene where he breathes a sigh of relief and pours the wine and then gives her a glass. Fuck. That's some really cool unspoken acting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'd say that's it, but I don't want to steal your answer, so I will say, yeah, Arya.
We can agree, it's cool.
Well, just for the sake of something different, yeah, Arya and Jean Grey at the end, where, you're still a little weirdo. Oh, well, fuck you, bitch.
We're sisters.
We have an uneasy alliance now.
Yeah, no, I took that more as just a gentle ribbing of sisterhood. That's nice.
Actually, yeah, and another sort of MVP moment, I think I'm coming around to Samwise.
He who should be in another series.
Yeah, well, I even wrote in my notes here, even his facial hair doesn't look like it belongs on his face.
He's borrowed it from somewhere else.
Yeah. I thought he had a really cool back and forth with Allbrand, and even as he walks in, it's I know you. Oh, dude. And it's just Jesus Christ, Allbrand, you are such an ominous asshole.
Yeah. He's especially I heard you went north of the wall. Yes, I became the three-eyed raven. I don't know what that means. It's the did you now? Don't know what that is. Sounds good. Is that the name of your band?
Yeah, it's the same noise that my mum makes when I tell her I went to a concert recently. Oh yeah, I saw Childish Gambino last week.
Oh, did you? Were they good? Yeah, I know that feeling. Every time I went to a concert, Dad would ask me who it was. In my head, I'm like, I know you're not going to know. I'm going to say the name. You're going to repeat the name back to me. I'm going to repeat the name back to you. And then you'll say, how are they?
Yeah.
I mean, I love you, Dad. But we've done this so many times.
Yeah.
So who did you see? Queens of the Stone Age. Queens of the Stone... Well, who are they?
Oh, they like Queen? No.
No. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, sorry, I forgot a segment on cock talk. We have mention of Podrick's magic cock.
Oh, hey, I've watched season 8. We never saw Tyrion suck that magic cock.
He never did, but that was just, I think, metaphorical sucking off.
Was it a metaphorical magic as well?
I mean, we don't know. But there's I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to a question. Why do we think he may or may not have a magic cock?
Oh, well, I mean...
How did we get here?
If we're living in a world where the mountain has been blessed with voodoo powers, then, all bets are off. So, how did he get magic? I think there's fairies in the world.
Okay. Fairies in the world blessed his dick.
Yeah, because, they can't have sex with the humans and destroy them. So, they pleasure
They're like
men in
paying
other
it
ways.
forward. Okay.
Yeah. And, their way of giving an orgasm is to bless the cock with magic.
All right, you know what? If someone out there has read the books and can verify this, we do not have any social medias for this podcast.
Nope.
But Simpsons Index, hit us up there. Simpsons Index, at Simpsons Index.
Yeah, that's it. That's our spin-off to our social media feed.
That's our original.
Yeah.
Whatever you call that. Whatever we spun off from. That was the wheat from which we spun goal. I don't know. I'm going to move on.
All right.
We had a nice little bit of fuck loyalty here, which we're considering for the show title, but that's going to be 3 fucks in a row. I don't know if we want that. Maybe it should just be cock talk.
Yeah, for something that's become a tradition, it did start with the episode Fuck Tradition.
Yep. But no, we have fuck loyalty. I kind of like that between Jamie and Brienne, and I think it's Jamie and Brienne, yeah.
Yes. Tilda Swanson. Yep, another fucking powerful scene. She kicks ass.
Yeah, didn't do much, but what she did was great.
She fucking owns.
Just a moment.
Leaving it in.
I mean, I figured you might. There's a great little back and forth with John. He's all like, without honesty, words just mean nothing. And the better lies, lies just get better and better. I forgot the line. I'm losing his accent. It's hard to keep up. Sorry, Kip Harrington.
Yeah, no wonder why I thought he was a bit inconsistent because of that, yeah.
Gotta take a lot of breaths in between.
Was that also the one where Tyrion goes, well, the immediate problem is that we're fucked?
Yep.
Yeah, dug that. But speaking of fuck talk as well, what about the other segment about fuck?
Oh, yeah, we're getting there. Question 3, nudity. We're all out of order, but who gives a shit?
Yay.
Because fuck tradition.
Yes.
Nudity.
Finally.
We got a bit of sight on all the things, really. I did write, because we mostly see John Von Snowy's butt. So I wrote down, we saw a lot of where the snow doesn't shine.
All right, because that was my nickname for him, John Bum Snovy.
I'll take it. I'm on board. John Bum Snowy.
But yeah, just when I thought in this very long episode that we weren't going to get any nudity, we saw some dude butt, saw some Dan boob.
Yep.
I'm down.
Some Dan side boob. It was all, it's nice little scene. It's very kind of realistic sex scene as well. None of this high glitz and stuff. It's like, yep, that's roughly what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. No Vaseline on the lens or anything.
No candles, no 17 women around one dude.
I wouldn't be able to do it with that many candles around that you see in most Hollywood sex scenes, man.
Just massive fire hazard.
Exactly.
And the temperature in that room is going to be climbing rapidly.
And especially, you see the scenes where they put it on the bed head and it's just like, well, that is just poor forward planning.
Come on. You're just asking for a fire or some kind of wax burn.
Yeah.
Unless you're into that, of course. No shame.
Like the caterpillar from The Simpsons.
Damn that cat. The screamer pillar?
Yeah.
No. Okay. I do have like a sub question, which is memes. There's only one I can think about from this episode, and that was post the death of Littlefinger. Oh wait, you haven't got to that bit yet. No, there's a thing. Arya can change faces. I'll just spoil that. But they were just like post that scene. There were a lot of memes of Arya walks in. Sansa's like, I'm not going to turn around because I know you're wearing his face. You're wearing his face, aren't you? No. Go change.
She can change faces?
We'll get there.
She's like Shang Tsung?
I accidentally backshadowed a spoiler there. I know. Well, again, you'll get there.
Yep.
It'll still be a surprise when it happens. Anyway.
I'll promise to look surprised.
You damn well better. All right. So that is nudity. That is violence. That is our MVP. Do you have any other notes before we want to proceed to the end here? I have so many, and yet I don't know if I want to talk about anything.
In that scene with Tyrion and Seesaw, you're doing that rant, and she's got her hand on her stomach, and he goes, "You're pregnant," and it's like, duh. Whenever a woman puts her hand on her stomach, it means she's pregnant. Do you ever see women put their hand on their stomach otherwise?
Unless they've just had a bunch of curry. But no, she doesn't look like the type of person who enjoys curry. So I did write down Seesaw pregnant. Pregnant.
It's hard to write notes and watch a show at the same time.
I know I was doing that bit off of was it that bit on the internet. It was like someone's looked up the like ask Google and all the people who have spelled pregnant wrong. Pregnant, purgent, pergiganant.
Can I get perginant when I'm already pagnant?
Yeah, it's the cousin to the how do you make a Waluigi board. But to be fair, Ouija is a hard word to spell.
Mm-hmm.
Pregnant is not. I nearly said pergaganant.
You've been cheeseburgered.
And speaking of pergaganant, we mentioned that Dan Brady can't have children. So that was interesting. There's a kind of...
That's what my note Baron Dan Brady meant.
That damn tiki idol.
I thought I was going for like she's a pilot. She's a Red Baron or something. I don't know.
Well, she did fly around a bunch. No, she is Baron. Which is interesting. There's a good film theory episode where they discuss that Dan Brady is probably so inbred she would be unable to have children because of that.
All right.
But it's interesting. It also suggests she may be going insane.
Well, yeah. That was the other joke I was going to make. We saw Harrington's kit. We didn't see Harrington's kit. Anyway, so yeah, he sort of took that as a oh.
Yeah, later on he's all like, we could sail together, and I was like, ooh, sail in quotations there. Oh, we're gonna sail up to the fuck.
Yeah, it's the same as come sail away by Styx, what they're actually talking about.
You know. Oh yeah, another good scene with Theon and John Bum Snovey. Yeah, just about honor and things. A lot of background there. I figured that would probably be kind of boring for you because they're talking a lot of background history. But there was a good line of like, I've done a lot of things I'm not proud of. Well, not compared to me. No, not compared to you. Holy shit. You are just the most fucked motherfucker.
Yeah, because I lacked context there. I was just like imagining they were actually having an argument about how handsome they are. But they were actually saying they're ugly, and he's like, oh, you're right, I am much uglier than you, but I'm still handsome, right? No.
Right? Maybe for a ginger. Yeah. Gonna put a war on gingers.
Take that, cockless.
Nice. Well, that about wraps up my notes. How about you?
Jean Grey is the only character who is always in grey scenes, I've noticed.
Yeah, well, to be fair, she's North, and I think that's also something quite good for this episode is every different location is very differently colorized.
Yeah.
So I think that works very well.
Another downfall with The Long Night is that it was mostly the same color palette all the way through.
Yeah, you watch this scene when it's got a dragon and you can see everything, and it's like, fuck you, guy who made The Long Night, who's like, the problem is your television. You guys suck, not us.
And yeah, Jean Grey and always in grey scenes, and she's like one of the characters that doesn't have grey in her last name.
Yep. Maybe I have to contrast because she's very pale. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Rhaegon has the worst fucking hair in the world. Blessed be John Bonsnowy for not inheriting that from his father.
That super blonde, thin hair that's like really wispy and, yeah, not good.
Yeah. So wait, is Rhaegon related to Daenerys?
Yes. That is her father's brother, I think, or it's her brother. That's her brother because John is her nephew. Right. As we find out at the end of this episode, and yeah.
Yeah, because the hair looks much better on her when she can braid it. Like, maybe if Rhaegon braided up his hair that nice, but yeah.
But he doesn't. No, I don't know what's going on. Or at least, get some, Geralt of Riviera from The Witcher. He's got the same kind of hair. He makes it work. It's possible.
Yeah.
Stylize yourself. Whoever she's getting to stylize her hair, get on board. Although he's dead. So whatever.
I think we worked out that it has to be the dragons. There's no one else consistently in her
With
life.
what arms? They don't have arms. I posted this question on Facebook and someone's like, I always assumed it was with their tongue. And like, that's gross.
Well, and it explained the hold as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, she goes through some pretty epic aerial stuff.
A lot of aerial flights, no bugs, no, not a hair out of place somehow. So yeah, nice. Okay, quick point I did want to cover with you because during season 8, you mentioned that you felt like Cersei really was not that bad of a person, and she wasn't really made out to be much of a villain. Did you get some nice villainy moments from her in this one?
Only in words, not in actions, because she bails out on killing people. So
it's true.
Like,
a lot of mercy for Cersei in this one. Yeah.
And like from context, I got like a lot more worse vibes about Jon Snowy and Theon and Tyrion as well, who apparently fucking iced a bunch of his family.
And yeah, well, indirectly for most of them.
Oh, okay. Was that like executioner versus the judge sort of situation?
No. We'll get there.
Oh,
but,
we'll get there.
He did. I mean, they tell you in this episode he did shoot his father with a crossbow, but the kind of fallout from that was the family was then thought of as weaker, and some people got preyed upon that may not have otherwise.
Yeah.
And my last point is the last scene between Cecil Lannister and Jaime is on that map, and she says, "I always thought you were the stupidest Lannister," which is something he repeats in season 8, and also that map is where they reunite. So.
Before they get all
stoned to death. All right. And there's one last bit where Jaime is riding out and he puts his glove on his gold hand and one little snowflake lands on his glove. It's like, winter is here. And then you get a shot of the snow coming in, covering that map. So it's like, yes, winter has come, both physically and metaphorically, to Westeros. Dun, 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 dun.
Now is the winter of this content.
Now is the winter of zombie dragons. Yeah. Right, that wraps us up. Last question. How did we get here?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, boring fucking diplomacy conversation. So they found out the White Walkers are coming. Maybe we'll see some epic shit with, like, the White Walkers battling their way through an army.
I mean, they have to get one in a box.
Yeah. Now, we've played What's in the Box. How did it get in the box?
We played There's a Snow Dragon. How did they get a Snow Dragon?
Yeah, but look, lastly, I've got to say, fucking hell, what a finale, you know? It's just, what a boring ass finale for season 7. Like, I'm starting to get the frustrations of angry internet at this point, because, like, especially this, and then it led to the things that I've just seen. Yeah, you had right to be pissed, internet. This is like,
because it's pretty much for you from this straight to the Dark Night, Long Night.
Yeah.
And you can see that there was all this tension and build, and the last shot we get is them marching through the destroyed wall that's been held for 7 seasons. And
a bit longer, because the final season was like held over a year or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Anyway.
Like I said, this is where we still had hope, because I remember watching this wall come down and be like, oh, it's on. And, yeah.
As you played the air horns of excitement.
Yeah, well, see what...
Before you played the trombone of disappointment.
Wow. Instruments, they rule our lives. No, my last point was going to be, so as we go through this season, this one I thought was rushed because they do a lot of teleporting, like characters just get from one point to another really, really quickly. Oh, little did I know how rushed what things were going to get when we got to season 8. But that's in our past. In our future is the rest of season 7. I'm happy to wrap this up if you're done.
Done.
All right, well, that's been Elliot Jay O'Neill.
Laters.
I've been BT Calloway, and now our watch has come to an end. No, that's not what I say. What do I say again?
Now our watch has ended?
That's it. Now our watch has ended.
Yay, I know the things.
Hey!
All right, line testing.
Mic check. Yep,
I never learned it either.
I'm 90% sure that's not words. I'm Zach Della Rocca, motherfucker.
Oh, that's it, of course.
It's that song, where they just introduce themselves.
And my guitarist is my Tom Morello. Ha 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 ha.
My gosh, it all fits. Every time we do this, I start getting clogged up and I get more and more kind of stuff as we go.
Oh, no.
I don't know why. It's weird. My nose knows what I'm doing. It's fucked.
Oh, don't tell me at this stage in the game that you're allergic to podcasting.
No, I'll force my way through.